Joining me right now, of course, as you see on camera, is Carla. She is the former ambassador to Denmark under the first President Trump administration. Thank you so much for joining us, Carla.
It's great to be with you, Matthew, and I come bearing great tidings. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court has rejected a challenge to the requirement to date those ballots. So when people send their ballot in, if they're going to do mail-in ballots, they have to sign it and they have to date it, and they have to do it where it's asked to be done. Otherwise, that ballot will be rejected. That's the law. That's really good news for election integrity.
Yeah, definitely. And then you working, of course, with the America First Policy Institute in Pennsylvania, from Pennsylvania. But you haven't always been in PA today. I mean, I know you were just out in Los Angeles. Was it for the past few days with the Trump team, right?
No, for one night, less than 24 hours, because I wanted to support President Trump at a fundraiser and talk to him and be able to hear what he had to say after the debate. Because there's been a lot of chatter about the debate. He feels very strong that he carried exactly the message that he wanted to carry to the American people, and it was 3 against 1. So it was like a boxer being in the ring, and there are 3 boxers going at him, because sometimes Kamala Harris didn't even need to be there. The 2 so-called moderators were actually the ones slinging the lies and bunking or debunking President Trump's true facts.
Exactly. I mean, it was 3 Democrats there against President Trump. And as I stated on Truth Social the other day, I said there is no debate. We the people support President Trump.
That's right. And we know that he brings a secure border. He brings peace around the world. He will end the Ukraine war. Hamas will stop their activity because they'll know there's consequences with a strong America. We know that China will pay attention and we'll get a better trade deal with China, more American jobs. President Trump's talking about bringing a lot of those jobs back here to the United States and to our friend nations when they can't be here. I'm so excited that he's talking about not taxing overtime.
Yeah, that's great too. I mean, no tax on tips and then no tax on overtime. He's got the American people at mind and heart when it comes to their dollars that they earn. You did talk about a little bit of some foreign policy real quick. And since, of course, you were a former ambassador to Denmark, let's talk real quick about Ukraine and Russia. There's some news going on out there that the leader of the UK and Trudeau in Canada, they want President Biden to be able to say, hey, we want Ukraine to be able to shoot missiles deep into Russia. Putin saying that that would be an act of war. A lot of craziness going on out there. We know President Trump would just stop it all if he was in the White House. Your thoughts?
I'm very worried. I think this is the most dangerous time in my lifetime. Russia is a highly weaponized nuclear power. They are making more munitions in Russia than all of the United States and the EU combined. We are not prepared for what they're about to open, which is World War III. I pray to God that they de-escalate and don't say, yes, you can send these NATO-based, European or American missiles into Russia. This is not what the people of America want. We refuse. We refuse this war. This is not our war. This would never have happened under strong American leadership. We don't want war with Russia, and we want the killing, the death to stop.
100%, and that's what President Trump is all about when it comes to not being pro-war. Can you believe that there are candidates or there are past presidents that were pro-war people?
I can't believe it, because President Trump is not part of the military-industrial complex. At the same time, he understands about updating our munitions, about having war fighters and war fighting equipment that is for the 21st century, that we shouldn't be making stuff like we're fighting in the 1950s, because we're not. So we have to modernize, and he has his eye on being effective. He's talking to Elon Musk about efficiencies. He's talking to RFK Jr. about a healthy America. I am so excited about the possibilities and about this kind of rejuvenation of our country. But I'd love to talk about how we can actually achieve that rejuvenation, if I could,
Yeah,
Matthew.
100%. So I know that you have an event tomorrow in Western Pennsylvania. Can you talk to us about, you said the incident that happened in 2022, you were talked about that also in Johnstown at that last rally.
I did, because I'm from, my family historically is from Western Pennsylvania, in a town in a county called Westmoreland County, and so we'd go through Johnstown to go there for family reunions, to see family. I would go through there when I attended Indiana University of Pennsylvania, and we saw a thriving, wealthy city with happy families, healthy salaries. People were really thriving and prospering in Johnstown. And then over the decades, those jobs and companies moved away, often to China. The owners of those companies forgot to take care of the people and place that made them great.
100%.
You have to take care of your people. So that story of Johnstown is a story I carried to my embassy in Denmark. And I told the mostly Democrat team in Denmark, that's the reason Donald Trump won, was because of Johnstown. But in Pennsylvania in 2022, when Mehmet Oz, Dr. Oz, was the Republican candidate, when he woke up that morning, he had already lost that election. And he had lost it because John Fetterman had banked about 1 million votes, 1 million mail-in ballots by election day. We have 50 days of early voting in Pennsylvania and several other states. Mehmet Oz had about 250,000. So the delta of 750,000 behind was too much to overcome in one day. We need Pennsylvania in the Donald Trump column for us to win the presidency and save our country. And so I'm asking every viewer and listener to go to swampthevoteusa.com. And if you're in Pennsylvania, just put in a /PA. So swampthevoteusa.com. And if you're in Pennsylvania, /PA. And you can register to vote right there. You can sign up for a mail-in ballot or vote in person, or you can say, I'm going to vote on election day. You can register to vote right in President Trump's entity there, swampthevoteusa.com. Right now, there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is that the Democrats are about 183,000 mail-in ballot requests behind where they were in 2022. The bad news is they're about 500,000 ahead of Republicans. So if we can get more than 500,000 new Republicans asking for a mail-in ballot at that site or at the Pennsylvania voter site, we will win that state, because we have to bank those votes. And then you'll let the Trump campaign know at swampthevote.com. And what they'll do is they'll be able to stop spending money chasing your vote, because they know they've banked it. But Matthew, it's not enough to just vote anymore. President Trump can't do this alone. He needs every one of your viewers' help. And if they've already registered to vote, which they can do right now, but if they've already registered, they can go to TrumpForce47.com, TrumpForce47.com, and sign up to be a captain or be a poll watcher or a poll worker. We need your help. And so I'm really encouraging you to do whatever you can. And then I want you to tell your friends and family about this. Tell your fellow church members or your pastor. Tell your fellow gun owners. These are people who understand how important the vote is, who will vote their values, but they've been sitting on the sidelines. And it's no longer okay to sit on the sidelines. We have to save our country.
And finally, before I let you go, Ambassador, the fork in the road that is 53 days away. What are your thoughts right now, and what would be your encouraging words for the American people watching here on Right Side Broadcasting Network?
My encouraging words are, we have a president that wants to work for us. They've tried to kill him, put him in prison for 700 years, bankrupt him, keep him off the ballot, take his companies. He is a fighter in the ring for you and for me, for our families, for America, and the world is watching. I'm asking you, please vote. Vote early. You can track your vote online and check that it's been received so that you know you're not disenfranchised. We're going to make America great again. We're going to make America healthy again. We're going to make America safe again. So thanks, Matthew.
Ambassador Carla Sands, thank you for once again joining us here on Right Side Broadcasting Network. We look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thanks a lot.